Is flying high tonight over Brisbane's Story Bridge. It was hoisted today as the ultimate humiliation after last night's stunning whitewash in Sydney.
The New South Wales flag flew proudly over Brisbane's Story Bridge today, adding to an entire state's humiliation. Queensland Premier Peter Beattie honoured his bet with Bob Carr, but the pain of last night's record State of Origin loss too hard for proud Queenslanders to bear.
You know, I really feel today that the spirit went out the door last night, and you know, how do we get it back?
The 40-point defeat is Queensland Rugby League's darkest hour, but they received no sympathy from Blues skipper Brad Fittler. And after years of Maroons' domination, he dismissed calls that the lopsided scoreline was bad for football.
So what? You know, we're out there to play football, and you know, the more points we can score, the better. So we're not out there really to impress anyone. We're just, you know, we hope State of Origin lives what it is, and if we can go there and put 50 on them, well, we're going to go and put 50 on them.
Blues centre Ryan Girdler scored a record 32 points, but if he was ecstatic, he managed to contain his feelings.
I was amazed at the ability, and as Freddie said, with a side like that, it's just good to sit back sometimes and watch.
New South Wales prop Jason Stevens is a proud born-again Christian. Football commitments rule him out from this weekend's Christian rally at Stadium Australia, but last night he tangled with Queensland demon Gordon Tallis, and his aggression shocked many fans.
A lot of people get the impression that God's like a softy, but you know, like some of the greatest warriors of all time were men of the Bible.
Daniel Lane, 10 News.
Fresh from his history-making success in guiding the New South Wales State of Origin team to a series clean sweep, coach Wayne Pearce wants to keep the job, with arguably New South Wales' best side in 20 years. In the aftermath of Game 3, Ben Ikin may have a broken leg, while Blues forward Ben Kennedy out for at least a couple of weeks with an ankle injury, and the star of the show, Ryan Girdler, has been cleared of a broken forearm.
The most prolific point scorer in State of Origin history, Ryan Girdler came back to reality today after a night he'll never forget. He rewrote the Origin history books, breaking 3 and equalling a 4th record. His 3 tries and 10 goals from as many attempts took the attention away from a forearm injury, which was x-rayed today.
At first thought, the doctor last night thought it might have had a chip in the bone in my wrist, but you know, the swelling has gone down more than what he would have thought, and I've had the x-rays and I'll probably get the results this afternoon.
The point-scoring machine, 52 for the series, will wear a protective guard in upcoming matches for the Panthers. Not far behind Girdler in the record stakes was New South Wales coach Wayne Pearce. His record too is impressive. From 6 matches, 4 wins, a draw and a 1-point loss. Enough to drive a teetotaler to drink.
I feel like I'm a bit tipsy at the moment because... is
that his first beer?
I have a first beer.
Did you beat him?
No, I had one in there, yeah. I broke. Got to me.
Providing he's asked and his club West Tigers approve, Pearce wants to stay on with the most exciting New South Wales team in many years.
If I'm given the opportunity and if my club side allows me to do the job again, I'd love to stick my hand up again. It's a tremendous experience.
While New South Wales coach Wayne Pearce is set to continue in his role next season, it's unlikely his Queensland counterpart Mark Murray will do so.
Well, that's a decision for another time, and again, tonight wouldn't be a good time to make that decision.
Having been thrashed 56-16, there are fears of how competitive Queensland will be in the future.
You know, I really feel today that the spirit went out the door last night, and you know, how do we get it back?
Tony Peters, 10 News.
Rugby League, the Blues Army completes the whitewash.
Come on, you boys. I reckon they've been practising this all week.
Though down as their finest hour, the New South Wales Blues are still celebrating a State of Origin clean sweep. Last night's 56-16 victory broke all the records and Queensland hearts. TV ratings show Brisbane viewers were switching off long before the massacre was over.
The Blues woke from a big night of celebration, delighted to see their record hammering of Queensland was no dream.
It's a pretty special night and the boys do really well, and I'm sure everyone in New South Wales is proud of them.
New South Wales on top and on fire from the word go. None better in the early battle than prop Jason Stevens.
There were knees and elbows going into everything, and you know, I really enjoyed it, mate. I really enjoyed it.
So too did Ryan Girdler.
intercepted by the King. Girdler, I mean, not Lewis.
As the Blues shot 12 clear early.
There's an avalanche starting here.
Kicks and fumbles kept Queensland in touch at the break, but when the Blues clicked in the second 40, it was awesome.
New South Wales are going in.
Girdler grabbed a record equalling 3 tries.
Well, this is becoming quite embarrassing now for the Queenslanders.
And it got worse. Brasher providing Brian Fletcher with his first Origin try as the big rooster led his side on a demolition celebration.
Gertz just said grenades on. Do the grenades.
Further embarrassment?
Yeah, he just rubbing the salt in the wounds a bit. Actually, I don't think it was a grenade. I think it was more tear gas.
And the Queenslanders were shedding plenty. A 56-16 loss, the worst in Origin history. Ryan Girdler's 32 points from 3 tries and 10 goals, breaking just about every record in the book.
He's just a point scorer machine. So.
What about that? Quote that.
For Girdler, it made amends for last year's drawn series.
And obviously it's something I won't forget in a hurry.
Nor will coach Wayne Pearce.
I feel like I'm a bit tipsy at the moment because...
Is that his first beer?
I have a first beer, yeah.
The loss leaving a bitter taste for the losers.
Unfortunately, Queensland probably should have stayed back home over the border, I think.
Patrick Mollahan, 7 News.
Sport next. Now, that was a State of Origin game for the record.
The biggest winning margin ever, and Girdler outscored Queensland all by himself. The titanic State of Origin struggles have been completely turned around. Last night, New South Wales made a clean sweep of the series with a record-winning margin in Game 3. The Blues thrashed Queensland 56-16, while Ryan Girdler broke Michael O'Connor's 1985 record by scoring 3 tries and kicking 10 from 10 for a personal tally of 32 points. Premier Bob Carr's pre-match pep talk impressed the Blues. This extract from tonight's footy show.
Modern-day gladiators go into that Coliseum and give them the thrashing of a lifetime.
And they did. But the intensity of the match never really got beyond Tallis making Stevens a promise.
But next time we're going to get it on. I said, okay, no worries, man.
What the Maroons should promise themselves is not to let Ryan Girdler burgle their back line, as he did once again, scoring the first try from an intercept. A 20-10 lead at half-time soon blew out. Andrew Johns came off the bench and then backed up the irresistible force of Brad Fittler. Joey was smoking, and so was Ryan Girdler as he went past Michael O'Connor's point-scoring record.
Mate, I didn't even know there was a record.
Brian Fletcher promised himself a mock grenade throw if he scored. With the Maroons' defence blown apart, the timing was perfect.
Oh, that's one of the best.
The series inspired a new level of creativity. The letter T for try from Johns and McDougall. It was a display of extraordinary skill levels. Enough to drive a winning teetotaler coach to drink.
One little drink and it'll haunt you for the rest of your life, eh?
Queensland drew no sympathy from Fittler when asked if he felt sorry for them.
No.
The humiliation even greater today with the New South Wales flag flying from Brisbane's Story Bridge.
We were first into the sheds last night to capture all the emotion from the third and final Origin battle.
Well, all I have to do is take one look at my head, Freddie, and it's time to give it away. What about the teeth? Looking good.
And what did New South Wales Premier Bob Carr have to say to the Blues before they left? The Footy Show cameras were there.
Modern-day gladiators go into that Coliseum and give them the thrashing of a lifetime.
Now, please welcome your hosts, Paul Fortin and Peter Sterling.
Lots of happy Blues supporters. How lucky. You stuck it right up us, and it's hurting, I'm telling you. And I still having trouble coming to grips with what we witnessed last night.
And putting words together too.
Exactly. And fantastic effort by the Blues. They played some great football. Congratulations to them. 3 blot and a great performance by the Blues. Peter, we're seeing the start of a new dynasty.
Wouldn't be surprised, Paul. It's a great team, perfect balance there. And don't forget, their opposition last night contained the likes of Lockyer, Saylor, Matt Rogers, Gordon Tallis. Like they were up against a quality football team and still put on 56 points. Unbelievable stuff.
And just on Queensland, I thought it was a very disgraceful performance by the Maroons last night. Most unlike a Queensland... you know, there's no pride in that jumper last night. Well, honestly, I'm struggling.
How good is it?
I thought they were terrible.
You're not your usual bubbly effervescent self, and how good is that?
It was actually quite sickening. I've talked to a few of the ex-Queensland players today, and we're all shattered, but there's always another year.
Can you get through the show, more importantly?
We'll be all right. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Celebrations are even coming
getting better,
out
aren't
at
they?
State of Origin level. One fairly ordinary one, I must admit. Adam McDougall and Andrew Johns coming together just after the McDougall try, of course, and he had a great series as well, not far behind Ryan Girdler. Down they go. I'm not quite sure what that means, but the next one is an absolute beauty. That one's only 2 players from the New South Wales Blues. This one from Brian Fletcher, the grenade, and the whole side realise the grenade's about to land. And they duck the cover. So good to see that the Blues were working on some post-try celebrations, expecting to score 4-pointers, and it came up very nice.
Yeah, they scored 9 of them, and I reckon that's the new favourite, don't you?
I think so, yeah. Look, a lot of time and effort went into it.
I'm still a big fan of Scotty Prince with the hair going and back into the holsters. That was a beauty. And, of course, Kevin McGuinness with the... that was a good one too. So there's keep them coming, boys. They're pretty exciting. Now, look, Falcon. There was a Falcon last night in the State of Origin match. A try was scored. A bomb went up. And this ball from... here it comes, off his head, Brett Kamali's head. And a try to Ryan Girdler. So well done, Brett Kamali.
Yeah, I don't think that'll feature too strongly.
No, it's adjustable, but it is a State of Origin Falcon.
It's a justifiable State of Origin Falcon.
It's a very good one. Not last night calling the match, and it was a pleasure to call this bloke, and we called his name plenty of times. He scored 32 points, and he joins us right now. Ryan Girdler. G'day, Ryan. Yeah, great night for Ryan. 3 tries, 10 goals from 10 goals, and a performance you'll never forget, Ryan.
Yeah, it's something that probably hasn't sunk in yet, Fatty. I sort of went straight back to the hotel last night and had a feed and tried to get some sleep. And today there's been a lot of phone calls and that, but I actually leave for Auckland about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, so it's sort of all go at the moment.
Now, 32 points is quite incredible in any game, but at this level, it's just unheard of. Obviously, Wayne Pearce has in some ways just said, look, go out and enjoy yourself, have a roving commission, and because you were popping up everywhere. Here you're scoring in the middle of the field and just all over the place, Ryan.
Yeah, just I think the way we played the whole game, everyone was enthusiastic, and I think Matty John said it before with the off-the-ball effort, and Junior's a big believer in off-the-ball efforts, and last night we really did a job with the ball and with decoys and stuff like that, so we were all over the park.
Yeah, good. That left edge of Ewan McDougall was just outstanding all series. Enjoyed playing with Doogsy?
Yeah, mate, he's great to play with. Obviously, you know, I'm not the most pumped up guy to play next to, but he got me going, and especially when Wendell was sort of had a fair bit to say in the paper, and that it sort of got Doogs going, and I was trying to give him a hand.
What about Big Kev? How do you feel about the win last night, Gergo?
Mate, he was...
Kev's his dog.
Kev's Beagle.
Talks to Kev.
Yeah. I said MG could throw anything at me, but no, you got me there. He was happy, mate. They all were.
How are you? Are you a bit under the weather at the moment? Not through celebrations, but how did you pull up after last night?
Yeah, I've had the flu for the last couple of weeks, and I actually missed the game against Melbourne last week, the weekend before last, and I just got a bit of a virus, and I think it's been in hotels a lot. I just can't seem to shake it, so hopefully, I'll go to Auckland tomorrow, and it'll be nice and warm over there. So,
as always,
should fix me up.
Plenty of celebrations after the match, and you actually received the Man of the Series award from Mark Bruce from Wizard.
Yeah, that Mark and Junior, they gave me the Man of the Series, which was obviously a great honour, and they just got the game ball from last night and put in a little trophy thing for me, and it's going to be something I remember for a while.
Gers, what about Johnny McLean? He's impacting the team. I played great with Johnny McLean before he had his accident, and he must have been inspirational in pumping the boys up before the game.
Yeah, he is. He actually came in before the second one, and came to the game with us at Lang Park and experienced the Caxton and probably experienced things that he's never done before either. So he had a big impact on us, as I think the whole game and the whole series had on him.
And they tell me before the game that Bob Carr had a chat to you. Let's have a look at Bob in action making a Herculean speech.
I'm told that sometime in this build-up you saw the movie Gladiator. The closest thing we've got to the experience of a gladiator going out into the Colosseum before tens of thousands of spectators is what you are doing tonight. Terry Hill and Gordon Tallis tells it all. That is the experience of gladiators in combat, and you're in it. What I want you to know is that you go there to engage in that gladiatorial combat with the hopes of 6 million people going with you. No one, and I say no one, comes into our house, comes into our state and pushes us around. Let's begin this new millennium with New South Wales not only the best, but the best by far. And so on behalf of 6 million people, I say to you, modern day gladiators, go into that Colosseum and give them the thrashing of a lifetime. Thank you. It's been an honour to talk to you.
Yeah. Riveting stuff there.
What about, does he remind, and with all due respect, he's dead set the Count off Sesame Street.
He is.
Without any doubt.
I can see a little bit of Cornelius from Planet of the Apes, actually.
Hey, Ryan, was that good for you, Ryan?
Mate, the inspirational part you missed was actually when he reverted back to his days when the Labor Party used to take on the Libs in an annual confrontation and telling us about Kim Beazley and the short balls he used to pop and Gareth Evans and the way he used to really move freely around the park. So it was inspirational.
Alexander Dowell in the front row.
I tend to think with motivational speakers, when they're reading it, it loses something.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not necessarily...
And when the players are falling asleep, it doesn't do much.
No, exactly right.
They still got the job done. Now, look, Brad Fittler's a great man. He played terrific last night. And straight after the game, moments after they won the series 3-0, Brad grabbed the microphone at Channel 9, went through the dressing room and got this report for us.
Thanks, Paddy. Mate, just completed the whitewash. Quite an unbelievable game. I don't think anyone could imagine such a scoreline, but it was a pretty special side. And I've got here the winning coach with a massive smile, and he's just had his first half a beer. How'd it taste?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm a bit crook, but it's worth it.
How was that? Was that just anything you could believe?
Fantastic. Just a great feeling. I mean, as I said to you guys when we come off, the best thing about it was that we got better with each game through the series, and that's a sign of a good side. We learnt from the previous match, and it was a real polished effort tonight.
Brian Fletcher.
Brad Fittler.
Congratulations, your first try. How was it, mate?
Yeah, mate, I thought I was going to get one earlier, but he didn't pass it to me. He cut me out, so I had to do it all myself.
And everyone wants to know what happened after the try. Explain it.
Mate, that's the hand grenade.
Explain the hand grenade.
Hand grenade is a technique used in World War II. It was a vicious weapon, like the bayonet. Doesn't get much recognition, but it's deadly weapon.
So there's rumours that you're retiring in rep footy next year. Can you retire after something like this?
Well, all I have to do is take one look at my head, Freddie, and no, it's time to give it away. What about the teeth? Looking good.
One of Jeff Tuvey's teammates. Seems like your head's going down the same path.
I'm actually a lot uglier than Tubes at the moment, but I can't help that.
Couple of zippers. Where'd that come from?
I think it was from a swing and a half from Shane Webke, but I'm not sure. But mate, after that, it doesn't matter at all.
Fernsey got him back.
Fernsey got him back.
We've been trying to get Fernsey to have a stink all week. How'd you go in the stink?
I think it was short and sharp, mate. It was all over, but I don't want to sort of go on about it.
How do you feel? How does this compare to years in the past, and how does this side compare?
Mate, it's I said at the start, it's one of the most gifted teams we've got. Like all the running players, they all can use the ball. And I was involved in it in '96, and to be involved again in 2000, and with the likes of those players, I just feel honoured.
Kids, they say State of Origins are pretty tough. This doesn't seem to be the case as your first game.
Yeah, first game, Footy, a good one to start on, mate. Probably a month ago, I wasn't playing any sort of footy, and I would have been happy to play anywhere, but to be amongst this sort of thing in the last game, mate, I'm very, very privileged.
Where do you think we may have won it?
I think without doubt the versatility off the bench. Blokes come on and play playing hooker, and then another bloke come on and play lock, and then someone to come and play fullback. And I saw him a few times. I just go, who's this bloke? Who's the short stumpy bloke looks like Pomper off the Lion King?
It was mentioning some real fuzzy legs. Mate, congratulations. You played enormous. You had a great series.
Thanks, mate. Means a lot to me.
Cheers, brother. How are you, John? How'd you enjoy that, mate?
Oh, that was a great win.
Great win?
Yeah. Do you feel good?
Yeah, I feel great. You going to interview me now?
How was the win?
Mate, the win was great, I think. It's a very special team and a very special night. When my turn, how you feeling about meeting all the boys in here?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite player?
Probably Andrew Johns.
Andrew Johns? He's everyone's favourite. Well, enjoy yourself. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
We just spoke about, as you know, just going out and starting that first half with a robust defence and just upping the intensity with just a little bit more aggression, and we did that, and the rest is history.
Well, Rebel in a junior doesn't get any better.
Hi there, Freddie. Hello, mate.
Yeah, good on you, Freddie. Thanks very much for that, Brad. Excellent job there. And of course, where there's a winning dressing room, there's a losing dressing room, and Andrew Voss from Channel 9 made his way through a very sombre Queensland dressing room.
Well, Matt, I suppose it's an easy enough question asked. What happened, but pretty hard to answer.
Yeah, mate, it felt like they had about 4 extra players out there at times. They just sort of kept showing up, and we just found ourselves short and wanting. And they've got so much skill in that team that every player seemed to utilise their skill to the best of their ability, and it just sort of really paid off for them. And we copped the brunt of it, unfortunately.
Well, there's no prouder Queenslander than Gordon Tallis. What's more painful, the scoreline tonight, or the fact you don't get? It's got to wait another 12 months to get revenge.
We had to wait 12 months from game 2, but. Yeah, it's sort of sad, but we played a red-hot side out there tonight. They're a very good team and they deserve their victory.
What about the crowd just on Gordon Tallis? It appears that we mentioned in commentary that you're the new Wally Lewis, if you like, the most hated Queenslander. How does that sit with you?
It doesn't worry me because I'm loved over the border, mate, where I live, and that's where I play, so I couldn't give 2 hoots what they think of me down here.
Wendell, can you sum it up as anything but a very sad night for Queensland?
It's a whitewash, embarrassing, and look, there's no excuses out there. We were found wanting for the whole probably 80 minutes, and it was a great scoreline for those guys. And just don't feel like we should be wearing a maroon jersey. Very embarrassed wearing a maroon jersey because we just didn't aim up, and we probably have to start again and try and earn one for next year. But that'll sit with us for a year and then some. That's nightmare football.
Put us in the coach's chair for that second 40 minutes. Painful. Does that sum it up? As a Queenslander too, watching on.
Yeah, no, it was extremely painful. You feel you're disappointed for the team and the individuals out there. They're better than that. The New South Wales side's a very, very good side, very talented football team. And we just give them that much field position and possession, you're going to pay. But, I was astounded at the way that unfolded.
We wanted to dig in, but they just... Whatever they did, it just turned to gold for them. The old story, they probably could have put their hand down a toilet and pulled out a gold watch tonight. The way things were, a few passes were inches off the sideline that didn't, But it's one of those games that they just, the score got out of hand, and like I said, full credit to them.
Adrian, as captain, as that scoreline started to really blow out, what could you say?
I just said to the boys, just don't give up. We promised ourselves that before the game, and when things the situation gets like that, mate, sometimes it's unstoppable, and it just snowballed, and that was it.
Footy's a funny game sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to understand why some things happen, but they got away to a very good start in the second half, and we're out of the race from then on in.
Can I ask you about one incident from the second half, shaping up with David Furner?
Won't be doing that again, Larry. I don't know if he's that good or I'm that bad, but I'll tell you what, he touched me up. He did me twice before I knew they were coming, so, but no, that's not my go usually, and you can see why.
How was tonight?
Oh, it's very hard to sort of find anything to say about it, Andrew. It was certainly the most disappointing thing that I've ever been involved with as far as rugby league goes. And I don't know how I could even describe what happened or how I feel.
I suppose you have to start ticking the days off till next year's series. That's the hardest thing, not just the scoreline, but you've got to wait a year to even try and get revenge.
Well, that's true, you know, but the unfortunate thing about it, Andrew, is that the result will live with us forever. It will go down on the history books, and the people that are involved, including myself, will have to live with that.
Yeah, Chris Close here, the Queensland manager. And Ryan, mate, thanks for your time tonight. Well done last night.
Congratulations, mate.
A world record, 32 points. Good on you, son. Yeah, and we'll see Ryan on the show in the upcoming weeks. What a great player he's turned out to be.
Just on Queensland, I thought Adrian Lamb had a really good series. I thought Paul Bowman, a youngster, came in and did a great job. Matty Rogers played very, very well.
McKenna last night.
Chris McKenna played well, but yeah, you know, certainly
a lot of disappointing players.
Yeah, but they did have, you know, some good performers over the street.
They did.
They're not only the New South Wales Blues, they're also the Wizard Blues, and you know that we've been running a competition, the Wizard Big Hits. $20,000 cash management fund from Wizard to the winner. You had to put them in the right order. This is the winning hit, the number one hit.
Oh, big shoulder!
Warren Daly on the front rower, Andrew G. Poleaxed him as Gary Larson gets Johnson treatment 28 out centre field, second tackle. Have a look at this from a centre on a front rower.
Well, Laurie Daly's put the hip and shoulder into that, stopped Andrew G in his tracks.
It was a great shot, wasn't it? Now, that was the order that you needed. The Laurie Daly hit, that one on Andrew G. Gilmister, Laurie Daly again, and Dale Shearer. And the winner of $20,000 is Andrew Sketchley from my old hometown, Raymond Terrace from New South Wales.
Good on you, Andrew.
He takes the $20,000, and once again, as we've done on many occasions, thank you very much to Wizard supporting not just the footy show, but rugby league in general.
Just on that, the whole State of Origin, do you think that Gordy Tallis' comments after the second one affected the whole, you know, persona? I just think that the whole Queensland team last night just didn't want to be there. And it was disappointing towards the promotion of the game.
Yeah, they look flat, but you can't afford not to be there in State of Origin, because every game's just different.
I just think coming out and saying, well, they shouldn't play the third one, in the back of their minds, well, they might have thought, well, why should we? You know?
Alternately, I went to saw Andrew before the game, ran into a few of the boys, and they were extremely relaxed. It was incredible. And Gerds said to me, I said, how you feeling, Gerds? And he said, I feel crook, I'm that tired, I don't know if I can play. Well, I hope I get that bug, that's for sure.
All right, we're going to take a break. After the break, we're going to talk to Manchester United's great goalkeeper, Mark Bosnich. We'll talk to him. But as we go to the break, one of our producers is Simon Steele. We call him Lumpy because he's a bit overweight, but, you know, he's working on that problem. He's cut this piece which shows all the emotion, the joy and despair of this year's Origin series.
On your love. This is probably one of the best moments of my life, personally.
And Lamb, he'll go over! Adrian Lamb has gone in!
That's what State of Origin football's all about, you know, digging deep and never giving up, and I don't think we did.
Here comes the try, I think! Girdler! He's over! Just go!
He's been sent off.
Sent off or Sinbad?
No, he's off. He's gone.
He has been sent off! How? Flops the ball over! It's New South Wales for the corner! They're over! It's David Peachey!
Did you coach your team the game, Gordon?
Yes, I did. And Dougal, geez, you want to watch that knee? Tallis, he's away! The rampaging ball is over! Muir away for Burner. Burner inside ball for Timmon.
the best ever. Like coming past the tax on the way in, you get beer cans thrown at you, abuse thrown at you, and coming up here against this crowd, it's awesome to play here. Awesome.
Here's Joey Johns again. Gets the ball back to Kennedy. Kennedy's got support. They'll go in again.
You know, when I retire, I'll probably look back at games like this and you know, maybe have a smoke on my pipe and enjoy it.
McDougall down the sideline. McDougall looks for Girdler. Girdler will score. Girdler's in to score. The Girdler and McDougall show. Intercepted by the King. Girdler, I mean, not Lewis. Gets the ball away. It's Brad Fittler going up the middle. New South Wales are going in. And Joey Johns. Weak one turns it in for Girdler. Girdler gets it up for Fittler. McDougall's gone back in field. Now it's with Johns again. This time Kamali to the 20-metre line. Inside ball for Muir. Muir gets it away. Johns is there. It's gone out for Gidley to score. Gidley's gone in. At full time, a 40-point margin. The Blues have whitewashed the Queenslanders. Heel for the intercepted by the King. Girdler, I mean, not Lewis. Girdler does it again. Has there been any better than him?
Too good, Ryan Girdler, at the beginning of the end for the Queensland side the other night, and there you go. New South Wales far too good for a pretty ordinary Queensland side.
That's a good call. Beginning of the end. That's very nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
You've been reading it.
Spot on too.
Ricky, you and Laurie Daly had a big impact on State of Origin, coming out of that Canberra side. So many Origin players in the Brisbane side and the Canberra side, and it really was a running battle, New South Wales and Queensland in those days.
It was, and enjoyable too. Like Gus, we had you for 3 or 4 seasons there. You go to camps, and it's probably a little bit different now. You know, maybe the pressure wasn't as tense then. I always thought it was. I mean, the winning an Origin match to me was like nearly winning a grand final. There was that much enjoyment in it. There was a lot of build up to our games. I mean, the famous stories, you give us the bedtime stories going into camp. I mean, there's so much that I learnt through Origin football that I could pass on to players when I got back. You know, younger guys are back in the club scene, and you know, if I could pull a jumper on and play any game of football, I would pull on a blue jumper and want to play an Origin match. That was the highlight of probably playing the game. Playing Origin.
Personally, you're a tough player, and you're pretty good on the verbal between you and I in terms of. I guarantee you that.
Just because I kept getting over you doesn't mean I'm tough.
Solid as a rock, mate.
I think in Origin you learn a lot about yourself as a person as well as just a rugby league player.
Yeah, I think you find out about yourself regarding pressure and whether you can handle that. The toughness of the game, because it is the toughest and quickest. Yeah,
it's fantastic. It's the best football ever.
Well, they are just carving up the cake now. They're getting it ready to serve. Ben Aiken hiding the face of dejection. What's this Fletcher doing here? They're all doing it.
I don't know, it was pretty ordinary, right?
Yeah, I've heard a few people whinging about that sort of stuff. Sad sacks. I mean, I think it's fantastic for rugby league, good for the crowds, good for television, and the players enjoy it.
Right, Paul, I think the reason for them objecting is completely wrong. I don't think that has got anything to do with the opponents.
It's not showing any disrespect to anyone.
Yeah, that's the concern, is that it's got something to do with the opponents. I don't think they were thinking about the Queensland
team. I think it's just a case of when you're leading by 40, you can do anything you want.
Sensational.
Century, State of Origin.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. In that last game, could you believe what you were seeing?
No, it was just fantastic. I mean, I thought we'd improved from the first game remarkably to the second game, but the improvement once again to the third game was fantastic, and the celebrations, the feeling after was great, and it's something that will live with me for the rest of my days, that's for sure.
How does that compare with success as a player in the Sky Blue?
It's just as strong, if not stronger, actually, because you're involved with trying to get a group of guys to perform, and it was something that, that was very, very special. I didn't think that coaching could give you the same highs as playing, but that certainly did, and I just hope to surpass it with a premiership one day.
Actually, I should point out, we've got a very elite group in here tonight with Paul and yourself here. The only people to have had clean sweeps as players and as coaches, which is, well, that's
and also who's
excellent.
Played in losing clean sweeps as well.
3-0. Well, that balances out a little bit. But
and coaching losing 3-0, so that's terrific.
It is an exclusive little bit of a club.
It's a great club to be in.
But while talking about the State of Origin, actually, we managed to get from the league the actual State of Origin trophy,
beautiful.
Which is fantastic, and I think all New South Wales people can be proud of that. If we actually have a look here, we can see that New South Wales won the 2000 series. Has got the scores there. But if you cast your mind back, who won the 1999 series? Can you recall? What was this?
That was
a drawn series. Now, bear in mind, whoever has the trophy engraves it. Have a look what Queensland have engraved on 1999. Won by Queensland. So you know that the oxyacetylene machine's going to be pulled out very, very shortly. That's coming off.
Yeah, well, we won it in '98, so we retained the series.
Well, you didn't
give
win
us
the
a
series,
go.
right?
Mate, you should know what we do now.
There's a Royal Commission should be established into this, I think. Honestly.
Junior, engrave next year's.
That's it there. Yeah, we'll get it done.
Now, listen, now, it's true that you actually had a beer. You had a beer.
Yeah,
How'd you go?
He's still drunk.
It's overrated, if you ask me. I'm still high, but I'm not drunk. No, I think it's a bit overrated. I'd waited nigh on 40 years to have it, and it was actually maybe a bit crook in the guts because the boys, we came off the field and I was pretty ecstatic, and the boys said, "Okay, you promised to have a drink if we won 3-0," and they forget they're yelling out, "Skull, skull, skull, skull." So I got 3 mouthfuls into it and it was a bit crook in the gut. So.
Skull means you do it all at once. It's not 3 mouthfuls at all.
Fly a little thicker, I'm driving.